Hey guys, how's it going?
I'm John.
And I'm Cam. We're with
Inside the Bottle TV. And today, we got a treat for you. We have a bottle of Cascade Noyaux. Now, Cascade Brewing Company, they came about in the mid-90s in the Northeast. The thing about Cascade, which is kind of neat, is that they came about when the big IPA boom was starting. So every brewery out there, everybody was going big on IPAs. Everybody's just hitting it, all IPAs. Well, the head brewer to this brewery said, you know what? Hell with IPAs. They went all sour since then. And it's just been killing it ever since. Well,
So yeah, getting into the actual beer, Noyaux, is that how it's pronounced?
I believe so.
Debatable. But so this specific beer from Cascade, I believe it's Belgian strong blonde ales aged in oak with raspberries and then blended, or no, sorry, not oak. Aged in white port barrels with raspberries and then blended with beer that was aged on Noyaux, which is toasted meat of the apricot nut.
Yes, apricot.
So a lot going on there. Pretty excited to get into it, honestly. This is a bottle from Cascade that you don't see kicking around very much. It's one of their more higher end and highly sought after bottles. So
It's the first I've seen of it.
yeah,
And then one thing we did too is with a beer like this, it's actually kind of nice to let it breathe a little bit.
yeah. So you might be wondering why we have some tinfoil instead of a cork on this bottle. That's not how it came, I promise.
Yeah, there was a cork, but and we're a little ghetto, you could say that. But that's a nice way to let it breathe without having the possibility of anything falling in, getting
Any contaminants?
anything to give an off flavor to what you actually want, which is the true flavor of this beer, which they put so much time and effort into. So you really want to be able to get what's actually coming out of this beer.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Let's get inside the bottle.
Ready?
Well, thank you, sir.
You are welcome.
Ooh, that's a nice color.
It's really nice. It's almost a strawberry.
Yeah, it's got a nice, like a pink tinge to it, but still like a nice orange tinge too. It's kind of like what I imagine the color of a raspberry apricot would look like.
I'd imagine a lot of the colors coming from the berries that they've been worked in.
Yeah.
But that's a really nice looking beer. Really quality. Like any of the old beers like this I've ever seen, all the cuvées, the Cuvée Rene, Duchess de Bourgogne, all those beers have a little bit of a thicker body like this and a little bit of color, almost something between a red and a brown ale. Which
And
is
almost wine-like too, which is really interesting.
No, absolutely.
The nose on this is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's really a little bit of tart, but I feel like it's a bit of acidic coming up, which is always a hint to to older aged sour ales. They tend to pick up that acidity after they've been aged out a couple years.
But it's nice because you also have the raspberries and the apricot in there too to kind of balance out with the sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a nice blend of the two. I don't even know if I'm ready to take a sip of this yet.
No, the nose is phenomenal.
Just give us a few minutes. We're going to sit here and smell this for.
I couldn't hold back.
All right. Well, I'll follow suit.
Ooh. With a finish on that, that's a big acidity to it.
Ooh.
But
It has like almost like a Sour Patch Kid pucker to it.
it's that like the berry kind of bite from. I'm really thinking it's just that berry bite from all the different berries they've dropped in it. The apricot meat, all that's just working really well with the tart. So you get that right up front, right in your face, and then that nice acidic finish right towards the end. This is such a nicely well balanced beer.
And it almost has a little bit of salinity to it too. I get a little tiny bit of like salinic mouthfeel to it.
It definitely has good mouthfeel, no question about that. Oh, this beer is phenomenal. And it's the one thing. This is definitely a little bit of a pricier bottle. This is not going to be the couple beers I mentioned earlier, the Cuvée Rene, the Duchess de Bourgogne. Those are significantly more
Available.
Exactly. The availability of those beers is constant. You can find them at almost any craft beer store you find around.
Luckily, because those are great. If you haven't tried them yet, I would definitely recommend those too. But
definitely a nice stepping stone into a beer like this. And they generally tend to be priced anywhere from $10 to $15 a bottle. I know the store that we both work for, they price them out of it's the lower end of that. But significantly equivalent though this beer is much more bold in the same aspects.
Man, that nose is just killing it.
Just at that. It's getting a little bit of everything. And that's the other thing about this beer too. It did kind of fail to mention right off the bat, as far as being preparatory for it. Half the reason we did this is we let it sit out and breathe for probably a good 45 minutes. And so the temp, of course, came down too. Beers like this, you don't really want to drink freezing cold.
Yeah,
Lagers, pilsners.
Yeah, lagers and pilsners. You want that nice cold, crisp bite, nice, refreshing. Keeping them so cold kind of helps mute the flavors so they are crisp and crushable. Whereas this, you want to really open up all those flavors. You want to let it warm up to close room temperature. Maybe not room temperature, but
Yeah. I mean, if I were to guess,
55 degrees.
I'd guess this beer is probably 50, maybe 50 degrees.
Yeah.
But that's the point. You let it get that a little bit more temp to it.
It's like 54 degrees.
Captain Thermometer finger here. But
That was my high school nickname.
But this beer is phenomenal in every aspect, and But as I was getting at about a price point, this beer costs a little more if you can find it. But it's definitely this beer is definitely worth a treat. So special occasion, or hey, you just got the promotion.
It's a good bottle share, bottle too.
Yeah,
2 or 3
Think about
friends. Yeah.
Or if you want to be that guy.
Yeah.
One up
Show up to
everybody
a party
at your
with
bottle
this. Northwest style sour. And what's that? It's coming in at 9.29%.
Which is actually which is significantly on the higher end for sours.
Yeah.
Generally, sour ales, the ABV tends to be a bit lower on them. Partially due to the fact a lot of them are working off of wild yeast,
And some bacteria strains too, which don't really fare well with high alcohol content.
and they're not good. They don't tend to be really good alcohol producers, as most of the commercial yeast strains are. But regardless, if you like sour beers, this is definitely a treat. I highly recommend it. And get on it. But I'd say we've talked this beer up enough. Let's
have a moment of sipping here.
Yeah.
We're all set.
All right, I'm Cam.
I'm John, with Inside the Bottle TV.
Cheers.
Cheers.